you are listening to
the WrestleGeddon podcast.
the WrestleGeddon podcast.
What's up, everybody? It's another Friday, and you know what that means. The WrestleGeddon podcast is live, coming to your face holes and your ear holes as we're live on YouTube and Facebook. If you're watching the video version, and audio version will drop on Saturday on all your major podcast streaming services. Of course, I am Chris the Heat Matthews. Happy New Year, everybody. I am so excited, and I just can't hide it. The Tennessee Jesus, Carl Crossland, is with us as well. Carl, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Just starting a new year, new me.
New year, new me. New year, new season.
Woo! Yes, good.
Oh, awesome stuff. How's your Christmas? How's your New Year?
Christmas was good. New Year's was good. Kids enjoyed it. I played a lot of Barbie Dreamhouse over the last couple of days.
That's awesome.
It's been pretty good.
Good. Got a lot of Sonic in my house. A lot of Sonic. So
yeah.
Bishop that's his latest obsession, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
So doing that, we went and saw Sonic 3 while we were on vacation with the entire family. So my family and my sister's family. So
that's cool.
It was a good time. So
how'd you like the movie?
It was good, really good. They obviously left it open for another one, so, but it was good. I mean, this is one of the few like video game movies that have been actually really good the last couple of years. Yeah. So probably since like Resident Evil. You know. But the last Mortal Kombat was pretty good too. But
I didn't really like Mortal Kombat or Resident Evil, but I don't know. It's me. I'm that guy.
Yeah. Well,
I liked the Let's Go Pikachu. That was pretty good too.
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, I think it was called. Was it called Let's Go? I thought it was called Let's Go Pikachu or something.
No, it was Detective Pikachu, the live action one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
I like that one. That one was good. So there's been a few good movies that have come out. But the Sonic is definitely, like, the kids were hyped for this one because of course that's Shadow. Funny enough, is voiced by Keanu Reeves. So, but it was good. We enjoyed it. The kids loved it. So. It was a good time. A good time was had by all. But let's get into it. Let's talk some wrestling. But of course, we're going to go ahead and hit you all first with the random band entrance theme. As soon as I find the music, it's right there. And there we go. Boom goes the dynamite. Oh, for fuck's sake. It was Savage Garden.
I want to stand with you on the mountain.
Apparently they split up. So I didn't.
Did they?
The reason why I didn't read the article, but the reason behind the split of Savage Garden. So I was like, okay. So
when did they split up? Like recently, or
I'm not sure. Let me do it.
Like, we hadn't had a hit since the '90s, so we split up. I decided to go with "I Want You" because I always look a little Chicken Cherry Cola part in it.
Oh, they split in 2001 at the height of their fame. Wow.
2001. I don't know if that was the height. I think the height was like 98, 97.
Somewhere around there. At least in the U.S. They probably could have been bigger in Australia since they're
million
band.
That's true.
Cool. I went with to the moon and back.
I almost went with that. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be taking partners with um, Trevor Lee. We'll be to the moon and back.
To the moon. It had a really good beat to it. Honestly, I
To
forgot
it, yeah.
a lot of these songs from Savage Gardens.
Yeah.
This got a really good beat to it that'd make a good entrance theme. So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
with
Yeah, I almost went with that, but can't get past that chicken cherry cola.
that. Oh man. All right. So what we got for next week?
Next week we have Miley Cyrus.
I forgot the slideshow. There we go. There's Savage Gardens. We should
There they are. Couple Australian dudes.
Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Wrecking Ball.
I thought you'd be like Cody Rhodes and Party in the USA or something. It's a party in the US.
I came in like a wrecking ball. I'll play the Hulk Hogan spoof video for that one.
It has to be Miley Cyrus though. Can't be Hannah Montana.
Nope.
Different person.
Different person.
Did she release music as Hannah Montana? I don't know.
I think they did like a couple albums.
Or is this the show?
While the show was popular. But
I gotcha.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, awesome stuff. All right. So Miley Cyrus for next week. Savage Garden was this week. So let's go ahead and kick over to what everybody's here for.
The meat and potatoes.
Here's the meat and potatoes. The instant replay. Holla. Scheduled for one fall, baby. All right. Instant replay. Let's go ahead and talk some wrestling here. We got some news. Apparently, we talked about a couple weeks ago, last time we were on, which was a couple weeks ago, maybe even before that, AEW running smaller venues, mainly the Hammerstein Ballroom, which they did the Ring of Honor pay-per-view from there. I think it was a Friday, actually, that the last Friday we recorded.
Yep.
Right before Christmas. So, unfortunately, Matt Cardona did not win the Ring of Honor championship. Chris Jericho retained in that match. But speaking of Chris Jericho, he actually made a statement, and he believes that running smaller venues will help AEW regain momentum. He went on to say, you want to put 10,000 people into an arena if you can, but if you're down to 5,000, you got to go to a 4,000 seat arena. It increases the demand. It makes the show that much more exciting, and it translates better on TV. Oh, we've said this that they need to go to smaller venues.
Yeah. I mean, increasing demand, I don't know about all that, but the atmosphere definitely would be a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot better atmosphere because, I mean, me and you've been to events and stuff, and it's like it seems like it's funner when there's more people in the crowd versus you show up and there's like 8 people there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's. And I can say AEW has no problem getting, 4,000, 6,000, 7,000 people into an arena for a show. It's just getting that 10,000 right now. And that seems to be the issue with that. So if they continue to run smaller venues like the Hammerstein Ballroom, or, if they were to do a freaking Dynamite from the ECW arena and go with like a smaller set, I mean, they could pack that arena in no time. I know it's probably going to hold maybe like 1,000 people max, but I mean, it would still look good on TV and come across well on TV. Or even like smaller arenas like the Dorton Arena here in Raleigh, something like that. just to give a more better look on TV.
Yeah.
But it is glad to see. I'm glad to see someone at AEW is looking at this and thinking, yeah, this is probably going to be a good idea going through 2025. But Dynamite this week from Asheville was packed. They had a pretty solid crowd in there. So
Yeah, it was pretty full, and they were pretty loud.
Yeah, it was pretty good Dynamite too. Well, we'll get to that a little later, but yeah. So we had that. Had a bit of TNA news pop up over the last couple of weeks. It looks like a lot of TNA talent maybe going with the option to not renewing their contracts. A lot of talent has actually left already, mainly due to a lot of them being asked to take pay cuts. That's one big reason. There are a lot of unhappy talent with the return of Tessa Blanchard. They still feel like that she hasn't atoned for her past issues, transgressions. But we'll see where we go from there. Jordan Grace's contract is up soon, this month actually, and her last match is at the next pay-per-view. I think it's Genesis. She'll be taking on Tessa Blanchard. Speedball Mike Bailey's contract is up. He is a free agent now, so he's one of them. Trent Seven was another one. There's also a belief that Josh Alexander probably won't be re-signing either. So I don't know. I'm not sure about where we're going here with TNA.
Oh, I mean, there is some people kind of staying. So TNA's been one of those companies that's been up and down.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it might be a down point for them, but we'll see how they rebound. I mean, they still got some good talent like Moose and
yeah. I mean, there's definitely good talent there. Like you said, Moose, Brian Myers, pretty much everyone in the system.
And Tessa Blanchard, she's not bad, like a bad wrestler. Like no. I mean, as far as like a person, who knows?
Yeah. My thing is to like a lot of people cut Hulk Hogan slack for his past transgressions, revolving around the racism factor, and that's kind of the same thing that we're looking at Tessa Blanchard. But is it because Tessa's on a smaller scale compared to Hogan that it's fine that we just say, okay, it's Hulk Hogan as compared to Tessa Blanchard?
Yeah, because I mean, there's not a lot of kids that grew up watching Tessa Blanchard that don't want to believe that.
Yeah.
She's a racist. Whereas I'm like me and you, like Hook Hogan was one of our heroes at one point. So it's kind of hard to be like, oh man. And then plus he's part of like the older generation. A lot of the older guys too also get like a little pass when it comes to it versus like younger people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, we pretty much let Snuka pass on murder charges. And so it's one of those things. Oh, what is going on here? My second monitor just went out. There we go. Now it's back. Okay. Always a technical difficulty here. Never fails.
Did you see that thing I sent in the group chat?
Yeah, that was actually I had it in the notes, and I was actually going to get to that one next.
Okay, I'll let you bring it up.
All right. Former head executive for TNA, Scott D'Amore, being brought in to head the NXT creative side while Shawn Michaels and Triple H start overseeing Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I think that's a incredibly awesome move for WWE to bring in Scott D'Amore. Honestly, I said earlier, like when he was let go from TNA, that AEW should snag him like ASAP. Like he was building TNA back up to the point where they're catching momentum and getting all this fanfare and stuff. So I'm excited to see what he does in a new sandbox with NXT.
And it'd be interesting to see if he can bring along any of these TNA guys that haven't sent.
I'm pretty sure it's all but 100% confirmed that Jordan Grace is going to WWE. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Hendry is another one that gets pulled over when his contract's up. Josh Alexander could be another one. Maybe have him and Ethan Page reunite as the North for a little bit.
That would be great.
I'd be down with that. So we'll see what happens there. So I'm excited for that.
Have Kurt Angle come back and maybe just be like Team Angle Part 2.
Oh, that'd be awesome. They did miss a huge opportunity with another Team Angle with American Alpha.
Yeah.
So, oh man. But speaking of WWE, they currently have no live shows scheduled until the middle of March. Well, this is due to in order to give talent a break. As noted, several stars were said to be extremely happy with the situation and the emphasis by Triple H on spending time with family and ensuring a more balanced schedule, especially during the holidays.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. So.
Yeah. I mean, they still have the SmackDown and Raw shows.
Yeah. And who says none of them can pop up on NXT too? I mean, because that's happened in the past. So,
so
these guys a break. So.
Yeah.
They deserve it. As much as they put on their bodies and stuff, they definitely deserve a break. So.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff there. All right. The era of streaming is upon us. Raw starts on Netflix on the 6th. Next Monday, we had the first simulcast of Dynamite on Max this week. I was a little disappointed with it because I thought we were going to get no commercials, but we still got commercials.
Still got commercials. It did seem like it was many though. And the another thing that was interesting is I saw some stuff from 2019, so I don't know if they're just working on getting a catalog.
Yeah, they put up the first year, AEW first year they were talking about on Dynamite this week. So the entire 2019 catalog should be up on Max.
Yeah. And then they had something else that was called NXT events, and it had some of the pay-per-views from 2019 as well. So I don't know if they plan on adding any extra or more.
I'm not sure what they're doing. I know they just started adding. They said all the first year stuff was on there, so pay-per-views, Dynamites, and stuff. So.
Yeah, but they had Double or Nothing and stuff like that from 2019. So I didn't know if they
I think All In should be on there too. The first All In.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a chance to really peruse that catalog yet.
Yeah. But I just noticed that when I was looking, because I didn't catch it live. That's another thing I like about the streaming. As I was able to go back and watch it. Maybe that's why I felt like there weren't as many commercials. So it could just be
yeah.
I mean, because there was commercials, but it seemed like it was many. But yeah, I went back and watched it, and that's something cool. Like you don't have
The
to
one
kiss
thing I
off.
liked about it too is because I normally DVR anyway, so I can rewind or fast forward through the commercials. You can do
Yeah,
that on Max, so it gave you the capability to rewind and fast forward if you weren't caught up yet. So I was like, cool, just like watching on the cable box. It was a little slower to respond though than it was on cable, but
yeah.
yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about Dynamite here in a couple minutes. Let's go ahead. Monday Night Raw jumps in Netflix this Monday. The match card lineup on here so far is Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa, the Tribal Combat match. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Liv Morgan defends the Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley in a last woman standing match. And Drew McIntyre takes on Jey Uso. I thought we were getting the final match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship on here too, but I guess not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless they do that at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, the next Saturday night main event, or don't they have like a New Year's thing or New Year's
NXT
Eve?
does.
Oh, NXT does. Yeah, never mind.
Let's see. Well, I actually found an updated card. This is 4 days ago. Yeah, no, same thing. And the start of John Cena's retirement tour.
Yeah, it starts Monday
John
too.
Cena
Yeah.
The other thing, tag team match
funny.
that they
something funny before we get to that
tag match. What's that?
I had something to say before we get to that about the John Cena thing. My son saw the commercial advertising for John Cena's retirement tour or whatever.
Yeah,
and he's like, "Doesn't John Cena say never give up?" And then he's like, he's like, retiring, kind of like quitting. And I was like, yeah, I mean, you kind of got a point. But like a little kid, like, you know what I mean? Like, is that retiring kind of like quitting? I was like, yeah, it is.
At John Cena.
Yeah.
Retiring, quitting. Are you giving up?
I just coming from my son. I thought it was funny. I just want to throw that in there. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. We did get a tag team match announced too between the New Day and Rey Mysterio, and I guess a mystery partner. I don't know.
It's gonna be Dominic Mysterio.
There's the speculation is it's going to be Penta as Mysterio's
That'd be cool.
partner.
That'd be cool.
I'd be okay with that if after the match Penta takes out Mysterio. Because they had a couple matches in Lucha Underground that were freaking amazing. And I would like to see that happen again on a larger scale. So, but it was pretty cool. So, but they did show another teaser for Penta, and this time it was actually the main outlines of his mask. So, of course, like the little Penta star on the top, and then the outlines for the eyes and the mouth. So, Penta's definitely coming Monday Night Raw on Netflix. So, I'm excited for that as well. Now, if we can just get Phoenix up there too and get the Lucha Bros rolling.
Yeah.
I'm just really hoping they don't group him in with the LWO. Let him do his own thing.
Yeah.
So there's that. And so that was like one of the biggest things. There's also a lot of speculation that we could see a couple more returns as far as talent like The Rock possibly showing up on Raw. Alexa Bliss finally making a return, which I'd be more excited for Alexa Bliss showing up than The Rock.
I heard possibly Austin too, but I don't know if that's
Yeah.
true or not.
I mean, with them being in Los Angeles, and Austin splits his time between Texas and LA, I'm sure that wouldn't be a far stretch. Same with The Rock. So, I am really hoping for a return of Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
See where she fits in with the Wyatt stuff, and if she's going to fit in with that, or if they're going to have her go separate way or something. We'll see what happens. I'm excited for this. I saw something the other day. I think I sent it to you in our group chat. WWE has pretty much been on the forefront of streaming since the 90s. And they're pretty much the only one of the first wrestling companies to actually attempt something like that, especially that early. The internet sucked. And this
What are you talking about?
It was a pay-per-view that was streamed during the Attitude Era. It was the summer of '96. There's a pay-per-view called Experience. It was a high pay-per-view, internet pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I didn't remember it either. I came across it on a Facebook post, so I sent it out in the group chat.
Is it on Peacock?
No. Nope.
AOL or something owns it, probably.
Yeah, they showed stuff on Raw from the event. And I guess someone uploaded it to YouTube in 2017, and it got shut down like quick. Like they took it off. With the match card on this. Let's see if I can get that match card. It was like that Caribbean strap match.
Is that like a Texas strap, but in the Caribbean or something?
Well, Savio Vega was in it, so that's why I was looking at the Caribbean strap match. I'm trying to get to the card for this here. But it looked it pretty much was like a glorified house show.
It's probably like in your house.
Yeah, they did a
That's what
ladder match.
Running.
There's a ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Goldust for the Intercontinental Championship. A tag team match with the Godwins. Bob Holly versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Caribbean strap match. JBL versus Savio Vega. Jim Cornette versus Jose Lothario in a singles match. Mark Mero versus Steve Austin.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was kind of like a weird card. Lumberjack match, Vader versus Psycho Sid.
I didn't have internet back then.
Farouk versus Aldo Montoya. Tag team title match, casket match, Undertaker versus Mankind. And the main event was Goldust versus Michaels for the Intercontinental Championship in a ladder match.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah,
but I didn't have the internet back then. And that's like right as like WCW's starting to get good. So
yeah,
maybe I was more interested in that at the time. I don't know. But I thought I would remember fucking Goldust versus Shawn Michaels in the fucking ladder match.
Yeah. I'm trying to find. I can't find like anything. Oh, there it is.
Even if it was like a replay on Raw, you know what I mean? Like I don't recall seeing a replay on Raw for it.
Happened August 24th, 1996 from Toronto, Ontario. It was the Godwins versus the New Rockers was the first tag team match. Second one was Owen Hart and the British Bulldog taking on the Smoking Guns for the tag titles. But it doesn't really say.
I was probably busy watching Place Savannah and USWA or something.
Yeah. So, but I thought that was kind of interesting since, we're talking about, the streaming services and everything like that. And I was like, this is 1996. The internet sucked to begin with. You're trying to watch this on dial up? Like, come on. But yeah, go with that. And then we look at where we're at now with, Raw moving to Netflix, even like the WWE network and other companies like Ring of Honor doing the Honor Club, New Japan, TNA, all those companies having some sort of streaming platform that people can access their shows on. So
Yeah.
just pretty damn cool, man. All right, let's get into AEW at World's End. I did not get a chance to actually watch the pay-per-view. I heard a lot of good stuff about it.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either. Just had way too much going on with football to make time for it. But like you said, I've heard. I've been meaning to go back and watch some of it, but because we had another match of the year on there, so we'll see.
Yeah. I'll just run through the card real quick as far as like quick recap of the results and stuff. Your 0 hour matches, Toni Storm defeated Layla Gray. And she was all excited about being on the pay-per-view. So they're really playing hardcore into this amnesia gimmick. Jeff Jarrett defeated QT Marshall. Leo Rush, Action Andretti, and the Murder Machines, which is Lance Archer and Brian Cage, defeated the Outrunners and Top Flight. Main pay-per-view kicked off with Will Ospreay defeating Kyle Fletcher. Okada defeated Ricochet in a Continental Classic semifinal. Both those were semifinals for the Continental Classic. Mariah May defeated Thunder Rosa in the Tijuana Street Fight. MJF retained the Dynamite Diamond Ring over Adam Cole, which we did see a Kyle O'Reilly reunite with the Undisputed Kingdom. So they are a quartet now, I guess.
Yes, again.
Takeshita retained the International Championship against Powerhouse Hobbs. Mercedes Moné retained the AEW TBS Championship against Chris Statlander. Okada defeated Will Ospreay to retain the Continental Championship. And the Fatal 4-Way match, which I saw bits and pieces of and looked like a banger of a matchup. Moxley defeated Orange Cassidy, Hangman Adam Page, and Jay White. So, pretty solid looking card for that pay-per-view. I may go back and watch it. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to end up doing that or not, but we'll see.
Yeah. I was hoping that was going to be on Max, but I didn't see it up there.
Yeah.
Like a replay.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get replays for the pay-per-views for like a few months after the pay-per-view happens.
Yeah.
And even then, like the whole deal with the pay-per-views on Max when they're live is like you can get the pay-per-view for half off. So,
yeah.
Some not cool. I don't know. I just don't like that idea. Spoiled by WWE Network and Peacock and soon to be Netflix. So AEW this week, we saw some continuations from some of the storylines here. The cool thing with the show, with the simulcast on Max as well, is pretty much a lot of the proceeds, if not all of the proceeds from the ticket sales, went out to help a lot of people in Western North Carolina. So huge props to AEW for doing that. We had a pretty great main event with Rated FTR taking on the Death Riders with the Rated R superstar Cope leading the charge for that team. Cope.
You seen the memes? Have you seen the memes? No.
I have not seen them. I can only imagine. So
Yeah, there's like people coming up with like different like plays on like how you could have edge, like keep edge in it. And that was different ones like Razor's Edge, the Pledge. That's like him in like an American thing.
Well, I guess he's got a new shirt called the Rated R Legend.
Hmm.
So obviously Edge is in the middle of Legend. But yeah, but it was a pretty good match. A good 6-man tag match. We saw Jay White hit the ring and take out Wheeler Yuta, which allowed FTR to pick up the win on that in that matchup. But the one thing I want to talk about here is it's kind of what's that? Well, Jeff Jarrett too, but the intro for the show, the new intro for Max.
The music?
The music. Could we have not picked something farther from what your brand is?
I liked it though. I thought
it was different, but it just didn't.
Yeah.
It just seemed off.
I don't know. I liked it.
I'm not sure. It just seemed off to me, but I mean, you have access to like the whole Warner Media catalog for music and stuff, and that's a song you picked. So they might as well just picked "It's Raining Men."
It could have.
But no, like I'm not dissing the song at all. I like the song. Obviously, it's something that I grew up listening to. I'm sure you grew up listening to it as well. But to me, it just does not fit a wrestling show. But I'll get used to it too.
Maybe they let John Moxley pick it up.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe if they like got a cover of it that was like more of a harder cover or something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. But don't let that distract you from the actual wrestling on the show. We saw. Actually, I forgot about that. The triple threat match on Dynamite between Swerve, Hangman, and Jay White.
Yeah, and
the winner would go on to get the number 1 spot in the gauntlet next week. Ricochet really embracing this heel turn, just destroyed Swerve after that match. Like I'm kind of interested to see where they're going with this, with this heel Ricochet.
I don't know, man. Just stabbing people with scissors.
Yeah, cut them up. It's just it's definitely a different level to what he was doing in WWE, because they didn't really run him as a heel before, but obviously he's been a heel prior to that, so on an independent run and stuff. So we'll see where it goes. I'm excited for it. I like Ricochet.
Yeah, I do too.
What else we get? Jeff Jarrett. We all thought he was going to announce his retirement, walking out there with his boots over his shoulder, dropping them in the middle of the ring. But that was not the case. Jarrett said he signed another deal with AEW, and 2025 he wants to add the AEW Championship to his list of accolades, as he entered himself into that gauntlet match as well. So,
initiated by King of the Mountain.
Yeah,
right. So gauntlet.
I'm not upset with that, because Jarrett can still go, unlike some other wrestlers, Ric Flair, who at 75 still says he wants another match.
Jarrett's like 30 years younger than Flair.
I know. I'm just saying. It just popped in my head because Ric Flair.
People forget he was like 14 when he started wrestling.
Yeah, like Flair dropped that interview about him wanting to do another match, like recently, and he's 75. He says he still has one more match in him.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You already did that. We're done. You just
Maybe
need
be a
to-
manager.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm cool with that. Like, I like Jeff Jarrett. He's one of those
Well,
guys. Like, when you're younger, it's like, I could care less about him. But then when you get older and you look at his body of work, you're like, Jeff Jarrett is actually a pretty solid wrestler. So,
yeah, I'm from Nashville, so he's
yeah.
was like a legend, and then turned heel. Kind of did the Hulk Hogan thing when he was Double J. Like when he went to WWE. In Nashville, he was like a heel at that time too.
Yeah.
So, uh, yeah, I mean, he'd always be a good guy in my book. I always enjoyed him as a wrestler.
Oh, he did wish everyone a slappy New Year. So,
Yeah, I mean, he had a pretty good run in WCW, and he was really good in TNA.
I think
His
that's
WWE
when
stuff isn't too bad.
watching him in TNA. I think that's when I started appreciating him more for
Yeah,
the wrestler that he is. So, the King of the Mountain matches and stuff with Sting, Samoa Joe, matches with AJ Styles.
yeah.
Then you just see like just how he can adapt to different styles in the ring. So looking forward to see what they do with him this year. I'm sure they're not going to do a whole lot with him. I doubt he's going to be the AEW World Champion, but you never know with Tony Khan. Jeff Jarrett's just one line of coke away from being AEW champion.
I mean, I could see him winning. Like, he probably wouldn't keep it for a while or nothing, but I could see him winning like
No.
at once. Like a Mick Foley thing where he wins it on Monday and then loses it Thursday or whatever.
Yeah. Unless they do something where like he gets pretty far in that gauntlet and then ends up getting eliminated.
Yeah.
I can see that happening too.
Kurt Angle comes. Angle slams. No, kidding.
It's Kurt Angle can't even move his neck, let alone hit an ankle slam.
Then the Hurt Syndicate, they versus the Acclaim got the
It was a really good tag match. So what do you think about that with the Acclaimed with Caster, like, and this whole like greatest wrestler alive thing? Like, do you think this is going to lead to a split between the Acclaimed?
I think it's inevitable. I mean, it's one of those things where I could see a split. Because they're not like the greatest tag team of all time, and then and then if shit goes south, we can always get them back together. But yeah, I think it'll be a split.
I saw something. I was reading something online. And the theory was, this person's theory in one of these Facebook groups was that because the Hurt Syndicate does not want Max Caster.
No.
What if it ends up being Bowens that joins the Hurt Syndicate?
I mean, good.
And he turns on Caster.
Or maybe it's Double J.
Hey, it's Double J. Yeah. I think the Anthony Bowens are out sounds interesting. Or unless it ends up being Ricochet, since he's adapted this new like heel persona when he was like before. So
I think he's supposed to be like because Hurt Business beat him up, tell them they didn't want him anymore, and then Swerve kind of threw toilet paper on them. I think it's supposed to be like kind of like the kid that gets bullied at school and then kind of shows up and steps in the head with scissors. Yeah. Because he was dressed like really preppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's the bully kid is where they're going with him. So I don't see him joining like a faction. At least I wouldn't. But who knows with their boss.
Who knows? Oh, awesome. All right. Well, that's all I got for instant replay this week. Not really a whole much other stuff going on there. So
Drew McIntyre showed up on SmackDown. Did you see that?
I missed that.
He showed up on SmackDown, and Cody gave Cody a hug, and Cody's like, "I see through your bullshit. Has to be something." And then Drew McIntyre, as he's leaving, told Cody he needs to watch his back. And Kevin Owens attacks Cody.
Oh, nice.
But one thing he said that was funny was he was talking about he was telling Cody, he's like, "Yeah, you got some guy running around with a replica belt, looking like one of these dumbasses in the crowd." I was like, "Oh god,
that's awesome."
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh, the other thing, Dynamite this week, we had a fire promo from Mariah May. She started off by saying that she was told not to speak badly of the women's division anymore.
Yeah.
But she pretty much put it out there. She's like, "I am the women's division." She's like, "There's nobody that can step up to me." But I like Mariah May. I think she's awesome.
I like Mariah May. Yeah.
All right. So there we go. Instant replay for the week. What we got coming up? We got Raw on Netflix. I think we got Saturday night's main events in a couple weeks.
Yep. When is Royal Rumble? February?
That's a good question. Let's find out when the Rumble is. Because you think it is in February. Saturday, February 1st. The first Saturday in February.
Oh, wow. Coming up sooner than I thought. It's kind of interesting to see how everything will unfold.
Wow. So we already have, aside from the 2 Rumble matches, we already have a match announced for the Royal Rumble, which would be Kevin Owens taking on Cody Rhodes in a ladder match.
The
undisputed and Wayne Ingle belt will be suspended above the ring.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That happened last week.
Yeah, I didn't get to see SmackDown last week either.
Did you see the it was a house show where it's like a cage match and it's like Damian Priest getting beat up by who's he getting beat up by?
Was it Dominic Mysterio? Was it Ludwig Kaiser and like a couple other people?
Ludwig Kaiser and Dominic Mysterio, and
that's the one where Punk ran out in the towel.
Towel, yeah.
Towel, the shower cap.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was awesome.
Well, you definitely need a figure for that now.
Yeah, we need Punk in a towel. Oh man, that was great. And then there's the other clip going around was Rhea Ripley twerking.
Yeah,
awesome stuff. All right, so there we go. Instant replay. Let's kick it over to the Elite Figure of the Week. Brought to you by EntertainmentEarth.com. Use the code FTCollect and save 10% off all in-stock items. So normally I try to keep this to Mattel figures, but I just got this figure in right after Christmas when I got home, and this has got to be probably one of my top 3 wrestling figures of 2024, and I'm super excited for this. It is the Boss Fight Studio Vampiro. the Legends of Lucha Libre line.
Wow.
This figure is pretty dope. One of the cool things with this too, aside from the extra Juggalo head, the title belt is the Wrestling Society. Yeah, the Wrestling Society X Championship.
Wow.
I don't know if I can get a good shot of that on there, but like it's like a really dark title belt.
Has that belt been made before?
No, that's the first time they've made that belt in figure form. This Vampiro, the main head sculpt on this, is actually from his run in Wrestling Society X, which is really cool. They did like an amazing job with the tattoo detail, everything on this, which I can see. They just did kind of like a plain black ring attire on them, which with all the freaking paint apps they did for the tattoos, like I understand why they just did a plain black ring attire. This is freaking insane. So, look at the tattoo work around the neck and everything, the arms, chest hats. So, this is the second Vampiro figure from Boss Fight Studios. They did another one from his early days in Mexico. And then they actually have a third one that is a more recent Vampiro that's kind of like a special edition. It was a New York Comic-Con edition that came in a coffin. So,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I kind of want to pick that one up too, just because like Vampiro figures are so like limited and scarce. But we shall see. We shall see. Hoping if they do another one, they do like a WCW style one.
Maybe with an Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably as close as we're going to get to a WCW Vampiro. That Juggalo head on there, the Insane Clown Posse. Inspired face paint. His days teaming with them. It's pretty cool. Also got the Taya Valkyrie figure as well, which is a freaking awesome figure too.
Yeah.
Look at that at another time. Also comes with a couple sets of hands, but this has got to be, like I said, one of my top 3 favorite figures of this year.
Yeah.
Or 2024. Since we're in 2025 now. Awesome stuff. All right, so there was that. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Fatal 4-Way. Dun, dun, dun. All right, Fatal 4-Way. Basically pick 4 random superstars that have something in common, and then narrow down which one we want to erase from wrestling history. This week, we have 4 wrestlers to never hold a championship in WWF/WWE. And those 4 are, of course, Bam Bam Bigelow, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, the Junkyard Dog, and Jake the Snake Roberts. Hopefully this isn't as hard as the last couple have been.
It's kind of hard to believe they didn't hold any belts.
Yeah, there. I found a list of like 25 people that never held a title in WWE. Lex Luger was on that list too, but that would have been an easy elimination.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like Junkyard Dog is like a little before my time.
Yeah.
The stuff I remember from him was from WWE, but like his bigger, uh, bigger matches and stuff are in like Texas and uh, Memphis and other territories. Um, but like everything I saw of them, I always like enjoyed. I was a fan of Junkyard Dog.
Yeah.
Bam Bam Bigelow. His WCW stuff kind of wasn't that good, but his WWE stuff was really. That's why I was surprised he said he didn't hold a title.
Yeah, I thought he held at least something like Intercontinental title or something, but nope. Nothing.
Or tag team or something.
Tag team, nothing. No.
Yeah. Loved him in the ECW, and he's another guy that wrestled for other promotions, other territories. Jake the Snake Roberts is probably like the longest tenured with WWE. Which is odd, but he's one of those guys. I guess he necessarily really never really needed a title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Had incredible feuds. So he'd probably be the last person like I would take off. So he's definitely staying. So him and Bigelow for me would definitely stay. So for me it'd be between Duggan and Junkyard Dog. Both of these guys I really loved as a kid. A little kid. The one benefit Junkyard Dog has is he didn't go to WCW and make me hate him. I really did enjoy Duggan in WCW.
I did not like Doug in WCW, especially when they made him the janitor.
Yeah.
Man, it was so bad.
Yeah, even as Jim Duggan, I didn't like him. I was like when he was regular actor Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
It just kind of like too late, you know what I mean? Like it was like a gimmick that was for the '80s and it was in the '90s, and we had the NWO and stuff like that.
Yep.
He's just like a bygone of that era. So if I gotta eliminate somebody, I'm gonna eliminate Jim Duggan.
All right. That was actually who I was going to eliminate too, was Duggan. I think when you look back at wrestling history, what's like the one notable thing that Duggan is known for, and that's the winner of the first Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Where you look back, like I can name more feuds with Jake the Snake Roberts than I can with Jim Duggan. And I loved Hacksaw as a kid. Like I thought Hacksaw was awesome. Like I still love Hacksaw. Like he's getting to meet him a few years ago. He's one of the coolest guys to talk to and super nice and everything. But just his professional wrestling career, like the most notable accolade was that first King of the Ring Royal Rumble win. Bam Bam Bigelow had a lot of feuds, especially in ECW. Like him and Taz, like really helped ECW and put that on the map. Junkyard Dog broke a lot of barriers, especially in like the Louisiana territory, being one of the first black world champions in the territory days. Like I can't really discredit that from wrestling history. That's something that's needed. But yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The fatal four-way. Let us know who you would eliminate from this if you had to pick one.
I don't remember any feuds with Duggan. Like he just basically like squashed like jobbers from like what I can remember.
Yeah, I mean, aside from probably the only one I can think of is him and Iron Sheik.
But it was it was never like
It
Jake the
wasn't
Snake,
anything like
watch out, man.
super
Like,
long.
oh, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna fucking have my cobra bite you.
Is Tiffany going to cash in?
I doubt
She's
it.
thinking about it. She's thinking about it. She's cashing in. Oh, no. She just knocked out the ref.
Yeah, she's not guessing.
Damn it. Candace had ref Jess distracted. Tiffany was the other distraction for cashing in. And Nia with the annihilator on Naomi.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I just like to see Tiffany cash in that briefcase at some point. So.
I think it's at this point it's probably like this whole thing with her and Nia Jax has kind of killed her momentum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like when she first won the Money in the Bank briefcase, I was like excited. Uh, but it's been a while since we've seen her in any kind of like showcase match. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because pretty much just like I said, playing second fiddle to Nia like this whole time. So.
And Nia Jax is not good. That may be different if she's playing second fiddle to, you know, actual wrestler. But
Oh, snap. Tiffany just took out Candace.
yeah,
And now Bianca's got Nia up for the KOD.
and she takes her too.
Tiffany just
So
took
she's
out Bianca.
taking out everybody.
And now she's cashing it in.
Now she's catching in. She better not get pinned.
Come on. PME. Prettiest
She's wasting
moonsault
too much
ever.
time.
She's got it.
She's wasting too much time.
Oh, yes.
She got it.
She got it.
She got it.
She got it.
About time.
Finally. Congrats, Tiffany Stratton, picking that spot and finally catching in that title.
For sure.
We have a SmackDown Women's Champion we can be proud of.
For sure.
It's Tiffy time.
Dude. You know what I just thought about? And then people are probably going to hate me for saying this, but I'm a total mark. If Charlotte wins Royal Rumble and you have Charlotte versus Tiffany Stratton for WrestleMania,
Ooh, that would be good.
the Battle of the Bonds.
Yeah, that'd be a great
My
match.
my niece just texted me, Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffy time. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a couple of nieces that like Tiffany Stratton, and my my youngest niece, uh, she's really a big fan of Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy Town.
Oh, man. Tiffany's awesome.
Yeah.
Not so sure when she first debuted in NXT, but she's definitely been someone to watch this year.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Speaking of that, we totally skipped over that.
What was super?
Best and worst of 2024.
Best and worst. Dun, 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 dun.
We'll do that now before we get into No Holds Barred. All right. Sports Illustrated's list, who they picked up here for best and worst, or for the best of 2024. Men's Wrestler of the Year, Cody Rhodes. Women's Wrestler of the Year, Tony Storm. Breakout Star of the Year, Jacob Fatu. Match of the Year, Bryan Danielson versus Will Ospreay. WrestleMania XL was Show of the Year, Story of the Year, The Bloodline Saga. Rivalry of the Year, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. Heel Turn of the Year, Xavier and Kofi turning on Big E. Best on the Mic, Drew McIntyre. And Tag Team of the Year, Fraxium. Should be Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
Yeah.
A lot of the some of these have actually were on my list as far as like the women's wrestler of the year. Tony Storm was definitely towards the top of my list. But ultimately, actually no, Tony Storm was number one. I think my breakout women's wrestler of the year was Mariah May.
Roxanne Perez on there?
She's up there. She's probably like top 3.
Yeah. Yeah, between Tony Storm and Roxanne Perez. I think I put Roxanne Perez as probably more of like my breakout woman, and then have Tony Storm as like the actual wrestler of the year. But both were really good, had really good title runs. Tony Storm, I think, probably gets it too because she was like the only thing worth watching in her promotion there for a while, like as far as like storyline and stuff goes, character development. It'd be interesting to see though, like where they go with this new,
the whole amnesia thing.
Yeah, this new storyline. But yeah, I would agree with her. Cody definitely is not on my top male performers.
Yeah, I got Cody at the top of my list too. It's just
you got Cody at the top of your list.
Yeah.
Come on, Chris.
Man, there's not really anybody.
He had that WrestleMania. I don't know. Maybe Gunther was, had the longest Intercontinental Championship reign come to an end. Won the world title. Won King of the Ring.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, Cody did win that crown jewel thing, though, or whatever it's supposed to be. Drew McIntyre. I think, well, I was going to say I'd put him as like a breakout maybe, but I would say for me, like breakout or somebody that had like a really good year, Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn had a great year.
Went from, mid card to main event and some of the bloodline stuff, and then he beat Gunther for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania, and then that streak. He had a really good year. Punk had a pretty good year.
Yeah, I would have to say I'd probably agree with breakout for Sami Zayn. But another one, Trick Williams.
Yeah,
Trick Williams really came into his own this year too, and stepped up. I definitely put him. I'd put Trick Williams at the top for my breakout star for 2024.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know if you can really count Sami Zayn as a breakout star because he's been fucking in there for forever.
Yeah.
Another breakout star to me is Solo Sikoa.
Solo.
Maybe he's like maybe he's the person to watch. That's my person to watch for 2025.
2025.
It's Solo Sikoa.
Solo is prepared. Like he's definitely stepped up and come into this role as the tribal chief, because he didn't really do a lot of talking, like even in his NXT run before coming up to the main roster. Like he didn't do a lot of mic work, and to go into this and really start, like you can tell he was a little bit nervous on the mic at first, but to become like as comfortable as he is now, it's just been awesome to watch.
He's got the talent that Roman Reigns, which is he has. That's why I was like, if they do right by him, he could be a big star.
I think so. But, my person to watch for 2025, honestly, is Obafemi. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Obafemi has been on a tear in NXT. I'm excited to see what 2025 brings for him. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he gets pulled up to the main roster.
Especially with Michaels.
Yeah. And
Getting
you know Trick's coming soon. Like there's no doubt in my mind about that one, that we're going to see Trick soon. I'm pretty excited for that. Yeah, I just definitely keep your eyes on Obafemi this year. AEW, like there's not really, the last few months of 2024, Daniel Garcia finally like picked up his game a little bit more and became like, he dropped the whole dancing thing a little bit, like, so where it's not like one of those things where he's shoving his crotch in people's faces in the corner while he's doing that dance.
Yeah.
I think people are finally starting to take him seriously, especially as like the TNT champion now. I'm kind of interested to see where they go with him for 2025. I don't know. There's not really like a whole lot of people on AEW.
To look forward to.
What's that?
To look watching 2025.
I'll probably keep an eye on Daniel Garcia. I think they're going to do some stuff with him in 2025. I think he's a really good talent.
My answer would be Julia Hart.
Ooh, Julia's a good one too. I think she's
for AEW. Yeah. Worst wrestler of the year. Definitely have to go to Roman Reigns. No, I'm kidding. I acknowledge the fact that the Bloodline storylines, the best thing going on for the last 4 or 5 years. But
yeah.
Worst wrestler or worst of 2025? Nia Jax. Winning those title. Yeah, and has like the worst matches. Like I don't know how she still has the title. Well, no, she don't have the title anymore. It's just lost it.
But the other thing, like, it really solidified it when watching the women's War Games match this year with Nia, and just all the miscues and everything, and like those weak ass ear shots, like Hogan.
Yeah, and it's not like she's don't get me wrong, she's like a really good person. You know what I mean? Like she's a nice person. She's just she doesn't have it. Like not everybody has it, and it's okay. Yeah, hopefully this is like that. I'm pretty sure they'll probably give her some kind of rematch, maybe. Down the line. But hopefully we get some better things out of the women's division on SmackDown.
Yeah, I will say she has a very unique look compared to the rest of the women's division. Obviously, she's bigger, and they bill her as that. But I think if they use her more as an attraction,
No,
I don't know, not like Undertaker like attraction, but something.
Pepper Nivens is a bigger girl too, and great.
I think Piper Niven just cares what she's doing. I don't think Nia Jax really cares that much.
Awesome Kong, Asia Kong. Like, there's been big women in wrestling. Like, she's she just don't have it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like
I know what
the
you mean.
giant
I'm
Gonzalez.
just trying to play, devil's advocate
She's,
here for Nia.
she's the giant Gonzalez of women's wrestling. Like, she's bigger than everybody, but she just don't have the charisma.
Oh, man. They're going late with SmackDown tonight. They bumped this to 3 hours.
Yeah, it's 3 hours.
Oh wow, I thought it was still 2.
Yeah. No, today was like the first 3 hour.
Oh, tonight starts 3.
SmackDown.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what surprised me. Like, I thought it would have like a bigger build.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You had the women's title shot or whatever, and then you have there's like a 6-man tag. But yeah, 3 hour SmackDown.
Nice. All right. Tag team. Best tag team of 2024.
I mean, I think there's only one tag team that you could say, man. That's the Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks. No, I'm good on that one. Normally this would be FTR, but they really weren't as prominent last year as they were previous years.
Yeah, now they jobbed out
back
to the Young Bucks.
Kind of take a step back to kind of help some of the younger talent develop. So.
Yeah. I mean, the Motor City Machine Guns kind of, just came in and won titles.
Yeah.
And then,
2 weeks in.
Yeah. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens had a pretty good run of the tag team titles.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to agree go with Sports Illustrated's answer with Fraxium. They've been a pretty solid team.
Fraxium has been pretty solid. The War Raiders. Been back.
One of them was like injured most of the year, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
One or the other. And I think at one point both were injured. Because Ivar was doing like a lot of single stuff.
Yeah.
While Eric was injured, and then Ivar ended up getting injured. So.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks, but.
Bianca and Jay Cargill.
They're pretty solid too. They can't really say anything like for like the Gorillas of Destiny. Like since they came to WWE, like they weren't really together. Tommy Lowe showed up, and then like now he's out injured. So it's kind of hard to say them because they really haven't done anything as a tag team.
No, not in the
tag titles, but then like ended up losing them to Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
Worst tag team of the year, Young Bucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, like you do the same thing in every match. Like it's old, it's boring. Do some new stuff. Change up your wrestling technique. Like you're getting up there in age. Like stop doing the flippy stuff.
Yeah. Or you can do the flippy stuff. It's just don't do it verbatim.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think we're good on 2024. Let's go ahead and head over to where's my music? Lost it. There it is. No Holds Barred. Redbubble store. Check out redbubble.com/people/WrestleGettingPod and buy some sweet, sweet merchandise. Sweet merch. All right. No Holds Barred this week. Oh man, how's the world of the NFL going?
NFL, it's been a little interesting. As far as me goes, the Giants won last week, and they lost their first pick in the draft, so now Patriots have the first pick in the draft unless Patriots win. Titans now will be picking third unless we win Sunday, but uh, most of the playoffs are set except for like a few things that can happen. But um, it's been bowl season. Bowl season has been pretty interesting. College football playoffs. The top ranked teams are all out, pretty much, basically, and the lower seeds are the final four. A lot of people are interested to see because, like, if it was a 14 playoff, those teams wouldn't have made it. So, uh, but they are some of the bigger name teams, like it's Ohio State, uh, Texas, uh, Notre Dame, and Penn State. So it's the big traditional schools. It wasn't any kind of like Cinderella team or
Yeah.
anything like that. But yeah, it's been pretty good. Couple upsets. Vanderbilt won the bowl game. I was excited. Uh, First bowl game we won in about 10 years. So pretty cool.
Nice. Let's see. Talked about Sonic 3 earlier. Did you happen to see the trailer for the new Superman?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, that was good.
Was it good?
Yeah, I liked it. A more comic accurate costume compared to the Man of Steel one. A lot of people are complaining because they say it looks baggy. A lot of cool stuff in the trailer too. A lot of lesser known characters like Mr. Terrific and Hawk Girl's in there. So new adaptation of Hawk Girl. Crypto, Superman's dog, shows up in there as well in that trailer. So I'm pretty excited for it. Looks good. Kids are stoked for that one. I'm stoked for that one. I haven't seen that trailer for that one yet. It's crazy too because the top movies for the weekend after Christmas, Sonic 3 was number one, beating out Mufasa and Moana 2.
Yeah.
Moana 2 came out around Thanksgiving time, but
Yeah, I don't want to see Mufasa.
I'm good on that one. Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, I don't remember the original story, and then two, it's like if you're gonna make a sequel, like I would have preferred a cartoon versus that live action bullshit.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see a bunch of CGI lions in there.
Yep.
Now, if you like tamed like real lions or something and had them acting or something, I might watch it. But
I'm still trying to figure out where Timon and Pumbaa fit in all of this. Like they keep showing them in the trailers and stuff, but like we're talking about like the backstory of Mufasa. Like Timon and Pumbaa shouldn't have been around at that time.
No, they wouldn't have been alive. If we just go off of the cartoons, but
Yeah.
maybe warthogs and meerkats age slowly or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me at all. Oh, let's see if anything.
Beyonce had a halftime performance on one of the Christmas Day games. It was pretty good. A lot of controversy online though, because she performed her country stuff,
Yeah,
and you know how people are like, "She ain't fucking country." It's like, dude, whatever.
I'm not a big Beyonce fan to begin with, but just you make one country album, it doesn't make you a country artist. So I don't
I
know.
mean, if Post Malone and Jelly Roll can be country, Beyonce can be country.
Post Malone's country. I thought he
Yeah,
was
he
more
was
like
singing with
pop.
Beyonce. He was singing with Beyonce. But yeah, he's kind of country now. He's been in CMAs and covers a bunch of country songs and stuff.
Huh.
And Jelly
I don't
Roll,
know.
same thing.
I thought Jelly Roll was like considered like new country, like that
Uh,
pop
yeah, I
country
mean,
like mashup stuff. So.
he used to be a rapper back in the day.
Mm. Also, like Kid Rock. Like Kid Rock used to rap, and then you did metal, and now he's doing country. So,
Yeah,
but he's done more than one country album.
but Jelly Roll's like rap wasn't like country rap. It was like trying to be like real rap. Like it wasn't.
Oh, gotcha.
It wasn't like Cowboy Troy or anything like that. It was like
There you go.
straight up cracker rap.
Yeah. Not too familiar with Jelly Roll's music.
Not too many people. Not too many people were. He wasn't like a very good rapper. It wasn't until he wrote like a country song that he made it famous.
Gotcha. I saw Rolling Stone named Beyonce Country Artist of the Year.
Yeah,
How much money do you think they got paid to do that?
they probably didn't get paid. It was just like a political statement, pretty much. It's like because they invited her to, like, you know what I mean, like she wasn't up for any nominations or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then Shibuzi kind of got snubbed. So
I don't know. It's just music is so. It's like.
but
Like
I mean,
more politics
it's
in
one.
music than there is in like wrestling now.
But you know, like in the history, there's been artists that kind of crossed over genres, and uh, Ray Charles had a country album. Uh, Trying to think, somebody
Look
else.
at
Uh,
Garth Brooks did that rock
Bob
album.
Dylan.
Really,
Bob
yeah.
Dylan had a country album.
What was that? Like
Yeah,
Garth
and
Brooks one was like Chip Gaines or something like that.
yeah, something gained or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Taylor Swift, you know, she crossed over from country to pop. She was a country
Yeah,
artist.
I think she's solidified herself more as pop than country now.
I mean now, but you know, if
Yeah.
you said it back in like 2010, would have been like, nah, she's a country artist. She's trying to make it as a pop star. Uh, yeah, so it was one of those things where, you know, if you enjoy making music, make what you
Yeah.
enjoy, and it's
Oh,
up to everybody else if they want to receive it. But
that's pretty much how it should be.
I'm not gonna gatekeep a genre or anything like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's one of those things where it's like this new to country, like I'm gonna, because it's like people argue all the time about like this Green Day punk and uh it's Blink-182 rock or they pop, stuff like that. Like it's been debates about stuff like that since the beginning. Hell, I remember when people didn't think Garth Brooks was country. You know what I mean? They're like, it's pop shit.
Oh,
He's not fucking. Yeah, back in the early '90s, people
yeah,
would
I can
argue
see
it.
that because his music really didn't fit like what country was at that time.
Time, yeah,
Or is because it was kind of changing, but it wasn't like fully into that.
yeah.
That makes sense. I'm going to GalaxyCon's Animate this weekend for Xavier's birthday.
Where's that at, Durham?
No, this is in Raleigh at the convention center.
Oh, okay.
They got it's all like voice actors and stuff.
Cool.
From like a lot of the animes that they watch and some other shows. Like they've got like almost the entire cast of like Has Been Hotel on here. And some of the cast members from Futurama. A whole bunch of different
Guess what my kids got into, and I didn't know it still existed.
Sailor Moon.
No. Thank YouTube.
YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
Lanky Box?
No.
I don't
The
know.
Annoying Orange.
Oh God.
Yeah. Apparently, like, yeah, he's still going, and he has a gaming channel where it's like not even like the orange, but it's like the voice actor in the Annoying Orange's voice playing video game. You know what I mean? Like in the character, and it's like, oh my god, like I didn't know this guy was still going.
Got to make money somewhere. I mean, they had a cartoon on Cartoon Network for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I like the first couple of skits before it became like repetitive. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, oh my god, this orange is annoying.
Yeah, it's like that Fred guy.
Yeah, Fred.
Matt Hardy's going to be in attendance for Animate this weekend.
Oh, that's cool. Hang out with
but only on Saturday. From 10 to 4. Well, that sucks. He's not going to be there Sunday.
Was he voice actor though?
No, they've got a couple wrestlers on here. It's him and Leva Bates. But Leva Bates says they got the cosplay wrestling here as well. So I think that's why she's there. She does a lot with that. So, considering they're not using her on AEW television at all. So
yeah, no.
Yeah, but she'll be there for that. No meet and greets or anything listed on her thing, but a lot of cosplayers, a lot of like YouTubers, it looks like. Some fan groups. We need to get our Ghostbusters group in these conventions.
Yeah. I remember we'll go to the WrestleGeddon podcast. Get at the table.
Yeah, why not? That'd be fun. Oh, awesome stuff.
Sign photos free for anybody that want to take one.
Stickers $2. Just sit there and hang out all weekend. Live broadcast from the convention.
would be the only guest paying to be there. It's like that that meme from the I think it's called Meet the Millers, where they're like when they're going through like the money or whatever, and they're like, and then it gets to the one guy and he's like, "Y'all are getting paid."
Oh yeah. That movie was great. Oh man. Oh, I'm sitting there. Who are you guys? You guys wrestlers or something? No, we're a wrestling podcast. Oh, we get like 10 viewers a week.
Except for one video. Whoa.
They thought we were doing a no holds barred watch along.
We probably should do something like that. I can watch along.
If we could get away with it on YouTube, I would. Like,
It's just so much, so much stuff gets flagged. Even though like TikTok lives, it's like WWE like picks and chooses like when they want to take it down.
Yeah.
So it's like
I've noticed too, like a lot of the streamers and stuff when they do the lives now, they're not actually showing the video footage on the live, they're just doing the audio.
yeah.
And apparently audio is okay, but the video image is not. So there you go. Well, that's good to know. But then they'll do like their clips. Like when you're scrolling through and you see like the 1 minute clip of them reacting to something, then they'll put the video in there.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like you can show it recorded like after the fact, but you can't do it live. Makes a lot of sense. But after January 19th, you may not have anything to do with TikTok anyway. So
Yeah. You have to go on Vine.
yeah, bring back Vine, Periscope.
Do it for the Vine.
Might as well just go back to MySpace. Oh, awesome. All right. Well, on that note, that's pretty much going to do it for us this week. Appreciate you guys checking this out, kicking off your new year with us. Few days into the year, but hey, this is the first episode of the new year for us, episode 266. We take that march to episode 300 later this year. Yeah, make sure you follow us on all our social media outlets. You can find those in the link tree posted in the episode description for this episode, every other episode. Give us a like and a follow, share, all that fun stuff. Make sure if you're not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when our next video is going up live. I say this at the beginning of every year, and I start off strong and then I fall off. But I would like to get some more social media content out there, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, no guarantees on that one. So
I'll send you some dick pics you can post.
okay, that'll get us banned real quick.
Look, the only thing.
I appreciate you guys sticking with us and checking us out. We'll be back with you next week. Recap that Monday Night Raw on Netflix. Those big matches going down on there, especially that the Tribal Combat match. Looking forward to that one. Drew McIntyre and Jey Uso is going to be a banger. A lot of great matches lined up for that. So, but that's it for us. On behalf of myself and the Tennessee Jesus, we will chat with y'all next week. Later, Marks.